It is the Monday Mayhem Wrestling Wrap-Up live here. And, of course, we are live on the Facebook and all the other streamers. A lot of the chats having on the Facebook. I am Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter in the Sorgatron Media Studios here in Pittsburgh, PA. Ready to get at it here with the guys as we talk about whatever good has been happening in wrestling. Probably about Monday night because that just happened, but who knows what's going to go on here. But with me, first of all, from Beacon, New York, he's the Mayhemmer who's probably watched more wrestling than you. He is Mad Mike.
On this day, I got hit with chairs.
Fantastic. Also with us, he is back with us, also here in the Pittsburgh area. He is a ring announcer at Black Diamond Wrestling and other tasks in the independent professional wrestling field. Nick Farah back with us. How you doing?
Just things, Sorg. Just things. Everything.
I know you've been refereeing. You tried your hand at some commentary. You do commentary and announcing with us at Black Diamond. So I'm just he's just wherever he can fit in there. You did once vie for a heavyweight championship. So
you saw how that ended, though.
Yeah, I did. I vied, attempted. Not. It was more of like a Michael Cole attempt.
I kind of want to, I did a 180 on the ground as Nathan stomping me. Mm-hmm. That was fun. Mm-hmm. Not.
Anyways, so it is the Monday show. And first of all, because depending on how we're going here, usually it's not a positive discussion about Monday Night Raw. Although I think there was a lot happening good tonight. And wait for groan from Mike. Okay, I don't know. I didn't hear it this time.
Oh, no. I mean, Raw was serviceable.
There you go.
Hey, that's pretty good for me.
Hey, that is high marks from Mad Mike.
That's actually pretty good.
That is high marks for the first watch from Mad Mike. But anyways, so let's get into what was your good in wrestling this week that does not necessarily have to be and probably won't necessarily be about tonight.
The family Copeland.
The family Copeland, I think Tina said are the MVPs of the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Easily.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up. Wait, why is that fucked up?
Because, okay, you just said MVPs at the Rumble. MVP came back last night, and everyone's like, yeah. And then now they're like, yeah, fuck you, Edge is back. We don't want you. Go away.
Yeah, you kind of... He's kind of the jobber of comebacks in this one.
For what it's worth, yes. I was saying that last night, too.
Yeah?
Fuck MVP and his shitty little singlet.
Oh, man, MVP's awesome.
Wait, no. See, we think MVP was awesome because he's like Mr. Kennedy.
Listen.
We thought Mr. Kennedy was awesome, too. They were not.
I enjoy Mr. Kennedy in NWA Power.
Do you remember MVP when he was in the racist gimmick in TNA?
No, I do not. And
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Terrible.
There's a reason. There's a reason we don't, Mike.
Yeah, because you didn't watch TNA.
No.
I suffered through it. That's the last thing I saw of MVP.
Yes.
That's why I never wanted to see him again.
Well, I last saw him a year ago when he teamed with the Main Event, wearing the same singlet that he wore tonight, actually. And it was
one shitty little singlet.
And it was a blast. Hey, he had back Black Panther last night.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he has at least 2.
Yeah, he's got at least 2.
Okay.
And now with the
I'm sorry, when I get home and I tune into Raw because I missed the first 10 minutes, I went back and watched it. When I turn on USA and see Rey Mysterio versus MVP, I think it's a rerun.
Yeah, that was a little weird too. That was an odd choice. It was like, let's just have you in familiar waters. Let's not have you like MVP versus Ricochet or anybody who was nowhere on the show tonight.
Yeah, let's not even promote that Ricochet was on the show, even though Drew McIntyre, spoiler alert, would not have been able to eliminate Brock Lesnar without Ricochet kicking him in the dick.
Yeah. Dick kick. He's your real MVP. And Nick, what's your good from this week?
Actually, I started playing TNA Impact.
Oh.
So
you did too?
I'm reliving my childhood.
You did too?
God. I'm gonna commit suicide.
sorry.
I need to. I did a first.
People hate that game, and I'm like, I like the arcade style. It's
I
great.
played with it a little bit, and I don't hate it. It's although it's weird because the mat doesn't move at all, so it just feels like you're wrestling on concrete.
Because you are with TNA, that's why there's so many injuries.
It's a midway production though. I mean, like that was like one of their first takes in a while after getting out of the wrestling game.
Yeah.
So I give them credit.
When you play it, do you also get the sense of a doomed company, both the one represented and the one making the game?
Yeah, you kind of get that as like this isn't going to go any further. We're not going to see a sequel. This will not be a yearly event, and we're just going to end it.
No, you're like, well, we got that one out there.
It's so fucked up.
TNA, we had a video game.
But is that going to be the same thing with AEW whenever they come out with theirs?
Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. They extended their deal and such. So, Matt Cullen says his good is Lee Moriarty versus Jason Kincaid that he got to film Saturday night. I'm actually on deck to edit that tomorrow, Tuesday. So looking forward to that. That was from the Rise with a Y show, a new show that was very close to Pittsburgh in the Baldwin area here in town, and I hear did very, very well. Myself, my good, I happen to be out of Prospect Pro Wrestling. And again, at least 3 debuts, and I think a couple of them, it may have been like one of their like first matches, like first 3 matches or something that I'm aware of. I think a couple of them have maybe been in a battle royal outside of training. So from that, I think they did very good. It was a fun show, and they are packing in Worthington Civic Center. And guys, this is kind of up. It's starting to get up in the mountains a little bit here in town, and there was definitely a pretty good threat of snow. I know we didn't get a lot of snow here in Pittsburgh, but I know it was like snow covered out there, and it did not keep the fans away. And it was probably one of their.
So it was snow problem.
Snow.
But thanks for that joke.
Hey, I'm just auditioning to take Jerry Lawler's place on Raw.
Oh my God! Can we not talk about his commentary tonight?
We can never talk about it.
No, we can't because then Mike's just gonna lose it. It's not good. I give you, it's not good. It's no.
It made babies cry.
I was trying to pay attention so I can be like, why? Well, Todd Phillips is here and what's his name? Byron, thank you. I almost said Braxton Sutter. I'm like, no, that's that other guy from DW. It's TNA's game's still better than WWE 2K.
That's a low bar though.
Yeah. But no, it was a really fun show with a really good like loud house all night, and there was a Mrs. Sorg chant.
Missy got a chant.
Missy got a chant.
Wow.
Because,
go Missy.
Well, we started rolling out DVDs for like everybody basically, and the announcer was announcing it and said about the pre-order and shipping and handling. And Andrew, Sange Andrew, asked if I would handle their DVDs and said no, it's Mrs. Sorg, and they started chanting Mrs. Sorg.
Nice.
So it's really loose up there. it's really so like you go to Prospect and they're like, hey guys, get out there, you're learning. Nobody's gonna yell at you. And then the ring announcer, and it's the only place I work with the ring announcer when he's in the announcing field, like out there doing it, and he'll just like start asking me questions while I'm like working on my camera at ringside. So it's kind of a fun vibe out there. So anyways, so a lot of good stuff there. And again, 2PW actually is uploading right now, processing right now for the network. And
Sorg, from the chat room, we have Tina saying Bianca was her good from this week.
Absolutely, great showing.
Proving why she's the EST, which I wholeheartedly AGREE. And someone named T.Y. Crocy says he hasn't watched Raw in a long time, but Edge's his favorite, so he tuned in, and that last segment was one of the best he's ever seen.
Absolutely.
It was certainly the best segment Orton's had in a decade. I'll say a decade straight up.
I like crazy sadistic Orton.
I don't, but that it only worked because it's Edge.
Well, yeah, his storyline has meaning for once.
Yeah, if he did that to Ricochet, it wouldn't matter.
Right. Yeah, no, this is a really big thing going on with that. So, but I mean, Orton. I think I saw Jimmy Corderas talking about the potential of those two doing a program together and how it's going to be a master's class in storytelling coming up here.
I hope it's a retirement match and Edge wins.
Of course you do. Any other question? Any other question is it for WrestleMania? Because we do have at least one.
There are 2 pay-per-views before WrestleMania.
Is that including the one in Parts Unknown?
There is one. You Saudi be kidding me, and the Elimination Chamber.
No Fastlane.
No Fastlane.
So are you doing the Rumble in the Desert?
Yeah, I think it's Super Showdown actually. Officially.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There was a promo for it last night.
God awful long build up for a WrestleMania match.
Well, 3 months is about the standard for a WrestleMania build.
I feel like that.
And plus 3 months for Orton. Like he walks to the ring 5 times and you're there. So
true. And plus, he could cut a lot of backstage interviews and stuff and drag it out the way he needs to.
Mr. Cross is saying when Orton cares, he has another gear, action included. He's an incredible actor in the ring, and yeah, it was good. I love just him like kind of playing with the like he didn't want to do it, but he was doing it.
Well, he was trying to do the "Sorry I Love You" thing.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. It's probably going to be a little bit of "you shouldn't have come back" kind of thing.
Well, Edge also did screw him out of WrestleMania.
That is
Edge
true.
Edge eliminated him from the Rumble. So,
and that's what's more important to Randy Orton.
Of course, yeah.
So,
I will say this: we haven't gotten into it. When Worlds Collide, fucking dope.
It was really good. Before we get to that, what Tina said, as much as the concerto was cool, it would have made it a little bit more compelling if he had done the punt.
Yes.
So I'm sure we'll talk a lot about Edge.
But the concerto is focused on the neck.
Absolutely. We'll of course, I'm sure talk a lot more about Edge coming back tomorrow night on Wrestling Mayhem show. Matt Clarence will be back to preside over Mayhem Mania.
And everyone will argue over who gets to book him first.
We'll see who gets Edge first. What do you want Edge to do? It's been 9 years.
Is Chad on tomorrow night? Because if not, he missed his window.
Ooh, he is due for episode 700, I believe, and he might want to step that
be doing something with Edge.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he'll tune in remotely. But okay. Other than that, Worlds Collide.
Yeah,
that was pretty tremendous. So I
love Ving General. Oh, good.
I love that it was a UK more presentation than NXT. Obviously representing both of them, but I really dug that, and nobody took their shoes off in the audience that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I may have seen. Well, no, that's Gibson. Gibson wasn't at the show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody's accent sounds the same to me.
Now, if they don't do it on NXT this week, then you'll know it's not people watching.
Well, he was in the crowd. He's part of the grizzled young veterans, right?
Yeah, he's in the finals.
Yeah. So he was. He was there, and he got booed pretty good, but he wasn't in a match. Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai.
Yeah, I love it.
It's fantastic.
I love it. It's great.
She just in the crowd and gets blasted. But it set me up for when she was coming out for Rumble. I just wanted to see her just get tackled out of the side dugout.
I had a couple issues with Rumble.
Okay.
If you're gonna have Tegan and Dakota in the same Rumble, and they don't interact, were they really in the Rumble?
Yeah. Because
you're going to have Matt Riddle in the Rumble, and he doesn't at least put his smelly foot in the face of Brock Lesnar, was he in the Rumble?
Right. There's definitely some separation.
You're gonna have Brock squash half the people anyway. One of them might as well be Matt Riddle, because he didn't do anything when he came out later.
Podner says also his good is Pete Dunne's happy face.
Yes.
I feel like going into it, Worlds Collide didn't just do like a takeover would. As far as this is something you really need to watch Royal Rumble weekend.
I think there were there were only 2 title matches on it. So
right, but the title matches aside, just like importance, right?
Yeah.
Not that it felt like a bragging rights or Survivor Series or something. Nick, you were about to say something.
I mean, I think it just came down to the fact of like there's a certain demographic that actually watches UK, and then there's that larger demographic that watches NXT faithfully, and I just don't think it drew in enough people. Like I mean I haven't watched it yet, so I still got to go back and watch it. But yeah, I don't think it honestly would have dragged enough people in of the people the NXT faithful for US.
So well, and I think it was meant to be because NXT is kind of graduating to their own thing. They're getting their own takeover that is not attached to one of the big 4 or anything like that, or big 5, I guess, with Money in the Bank. So
yeah, Portland is next month.
So basically, it feels like we're just kind of representing and introducing this UK brand to a broader audience by doing it this, because some people have gone to it because they bought the Royal Rumble package or something, and they're like, oh, this is the Saturday show. Okay, well, it's NXT. Who are these guys from Britain? And you're introduced little by little to them on Wednesday nights. So there is that, and now it becomes okay. Now if I want to watch more, this is on the network. Although it has really devaluing it to me, in a lot of ways. Just we're seeing it on TV these days. But I'm checking in on the Alexander Wolf injury as well while we're at it too. I got a mandatory article that's pulling up. But yeah, no, it was a really good show. Again, I think it introduced a lot of them, and there's probably like a lot of people that popped up, like, people didn't know Alexander Wolf, the former Sanity member, was, involved in something else. He did tweet, Alexander Wolf did tweet on the 25th at 11:13 p.m. I think that's that very night. He says, I'm fine. Wish I could have finished the match, but safety first. Thanks to Drake and WWE Medical. Most important, he says it was his fault. Basically, hashtag chin up. If you caught the slow-mo, he took the kick right on the chin, and that just knocked him silly. So it is, I guess he should have got his chin up. That's the standard technique for that. So there you go. And yeah, man, I remember you telling me that he tweeted after the show yesterday. So so otherwise, it was a good, for whatever you think of Brock Lesnar. There it is. It was a memorable Royal Rumble. You'll remember the one where Brock Lesnar tried to run through the roster.
Now I have a question. I this is a legitimate question for both of you.
All right.
If Brock Lesnar went through 8 guys instead of 13, would that change your impression of it for you?
No, not really.
No, because I only had one problem with it. The fact that the only reason I'm saying fuck Brock Lesnar is the fact that we did not get the Kofi Kingston near elimination out of nowhere. Somehow he miraculously recovers. That's the only reason I'm saying fuck Brock Lesnar. Other than that, I didn't mind him running through half the roster. I mean, half the Royal Rumble.
I hated it. I hated it. The whole point of the Royal Rumble is for many men to be in there at the same time.
We got the last half,
but
we
not
also
when you play 2K.
So here's the thing. And this is a point that was brought up in many conversations, both like here at the watch party and also on Twitter. Is like we've done like over 30 of these, right? Including the greatest one, which now counts in the numbers, by the way, which kind of bothers me.
As it should.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does, but it's like, okay, they make the rules. Listen, I'm not a WWE historian, and rule maker, and I have the rule book over there though. So I mean,
historian.
Most of us here are not historians in WWE. But anyways, so I mean, there was the year where Roman had to defend his title at the Rumble, right? I mean, we've done this before.
Well, Roman was forced into the match. That's the caveat.
Roman was forced to match, and I love the story of Brock is so dominant, has been so dominant, even though he really just kind of got shooken up and had the belt taken from him in the past year. But he's still generally so dominant and so overconfident that he puts himself on the line like that. Not his title, but himself.
But
right?
see, that's the thing. I like the story.
Mm-hmm.
I like the story they told.
Yeah, it was just like it was a story of hubris, right?
But I don't like who it was at the expense of.
Okay.
And it went on too long.
Okay.
That's why I asked, if you took off 5 people, and then number 8 was Ricochet and number 9 was Drew McIntyre, and you did that same exact spot without killing off New Day and Ray and Braun Strowman and Keith Lee, for Christ's sake. If you did that at 8 and 9, Brock Lesnar would have the exact same reaction that he does today.
Okay.
Because people would just see him as, oh, Brock was a monster. He went through 7 guys just by himself. Like, that's ridiculous. And you front load it with bigger guys. You front load it with like a Rowan or Braun Strowman because Brock's owned him. You front load it with Otis, who you know isn't going to win the Rumble anyway, but Brock trucks him. Like, but you wasted Keith Lee. Keith Lee is arguably the hottest thing in the company right now.
Absolutely.
And then he was made to look like a fucking chump.
What do you mean he's made to look like a chump?
He got to look like a chump.
This is where I disagree.
Brock didn't take one move from him.
Okay.
Brock didn't take one bump from Keith Lee because guess what? Brock was also gassed at that point.
Brock doesn't like taking bumps for anybody, though.
No, he doesn't. But if you're in the Royal Rumble, you take your fucking bumps. Ric Flair, if you watch the 92 Royal Rumble, Ric Flair took just about everybody's finisher move.
Well, Ric Flair is a way different kind of wrestler than Brock Lesnar in general. Ric Flair didn't make his money on not taking bumps. He made his money on taking all the bumps and making people look like $1 million.
Well, actually, can I interject on something real quick?
Sure.
Because you brought it up. If you're in the Rumble, you're going to take all the bumps. I was watching a Cody Rhodes interview earlier today, and he was talking about the Rumble from 2008, and CM Punk came up to him beforehand, and he was like, what do you want to do? And he did this every Royal Rumble match. Well, he only talked to Punk, and that was it. So he went after Taker, and Taker took a bump for him in the middle of the match. He took the drop kick, and he told him to do it. And he was like, if that doesn't show you that this guy wanted to get people over, like, it's exactly what Mike's saying. You go in there, you take the bumps, you take the bridges. This way people can get their shit in.
Brock didn't care about getting people over.
No.
Brock's never cared
about getting Brock over because that's all Brock has to care about. And I understand that. But don't do it at the expense of your white hot talent. Like Keith Lee in the Rumble should have been an awesome surprise. In fact, he lasted less than 2 minutes. That's not good. That's not good for anybody. That's like Walter getting eliminated at the start of the Survivor Series match. That's the same fucking thing. It's terrible. It's terrible. And Dave is saying in the chat room, Keith and Braun look stupid going after each other and ignoring Brock because he's exactly right.
Yeah, especially with Braun with his history.
It's not like it was Keith Lee and Roman Reigns, who had history, or anyone that Keith Lee has interacted with, like someone from the Undisputed Era. It's not like it was that, and there was a heated rivalry. Keith Lee and Braun Strowman had never met each other. Like, it was just... And I read a statistic today that Brock Lesnar spent more time in the ring in the Royal Rumble than he did in all of 2019.
Because of course he did.
So we'll see him for like 2 minutes at Mania.
Oh, Brock has not gotten people over. He got Seth over. That's it. That's the only guy Brock's gotten over.
Well,
like over the past 2 years.
Well, it's kind of like
that he got Brian, AJ, Finn, and Keith Lee over. No, 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 and no.
You really worked up about this.
Welcome to Monday nights.
No, but see, the thing is, I like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
If he wasn't the champion, I would be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
He is the champion, and because he's the champion, everyone on Raw is fighting for second place. And now, because Andrade got busted by the wellness policy, there are no main champions on Raw. Male main champions. There are none. Zip zero. Stingy with De Niro.
What do you get caught with?
Steroids? I don't know.
They
never name what it is, but
So-
that's why he got Carrio'd tonight.
Oh, that's why he got injured out. Okay.
Yep.
All right. To serve his wellness policy, which is a shame because they've been having bangers on Monday night for
Yep.
the U.S. title. Like that has been they've been just killing it.
And Ty, if you have to go back to when he bumped and sold for Punk, then that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how long ago was that? Other than the Brock problem, we did get the rise of Drew. I told you, Mike. I told you. It was it's Drew's time.
Wait, you know what? I'm happy with that.
Mhm.
Drew's not my bag. Drew's not my bag.
Okay.
Did you call it or did I call it, Sword? Because I thought I called that.
I think we both called it then.
We
Yeah,
both
Thor
called it.
on here last
I've
week.
been on. Yeah. Where did you call it?
I thought I called it 2 weeks ago. Like
Ah.
not last week because I wasn't there last week.
Oh, I'm sure you did too. But I'm saying I've been on the Drew bandwagon for a couple weeks now, since this kind of new attitude Drew, and I was just like, he's going.
True.
Like they're gonna make him on this Rumble, and that's exactly what they did. And he's a guy that I know he wasn't. It wasn't terribly exciting when he was teaming with Baron and Dolph, was it, for a bit? Well, Mike, what was the team name that you came up with back then?
Oh, the Channel Changers.
Oh, not the Channel Chambers. Was it
Oh,
like
bacon mac and cheese?
Bacon mac and cheese? Thank you. I said like potatoes and bacon and potatoes last night.
No,
and
it
they're
was
like,
backing mac and cheese.
bacon mac and cheese. That's right. Now I'm
He was
hungry.
part of the 3-man band.
He was. Yeah, look at that. He was part of the 3-man band, and now he's gonna
Going to
headline-
WrestleMania.
He's going to headline WrestleMania against Brock. And that's great. He's a guy that went, reinvented himself, did that stuff in Impact, did stuff on the Indies, rebuilt himself, made himself worthwhile to come back. I mean, he's got the foot in the door because he's big dude.
I hope he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because he has to win now.
I'm not going to subscribe to he has to
He
win.
has to win.
It would be nice. It'd
No,
be nice.
he has
but
to
I got
win.
7 hours
You
of
said that about
If
Bray
I'm
too.
not happy about it,
And
I got
wasn't I
7 hours of
correct?
WrestleMania. to work about. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was correct
kinda.
about Bray. Yeah.
You kind of were, yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
Not 100% because I like what they're doing with him, but you kind of were.
Next,
I like that we were able to see Bray's match this weekend. That was nice.
Yes, they got rid of the red light finally.
yes, thank you.
I don't think it's gone for good.
Ugh.
No, because I think
Oh yeah,
I
they didn't have a
think
choice.
because of the strap match.
But
Because if you have a red light over a brown strap,
mm,
you ain't gonna see that shit.
here's a good question somebody brought up during the watch party: was that real leather? Because
Yeah.
of Brian.
Yeah.
Would Brian be okay with that?
Oh. Well,
Oh,
no, that's
damn.
why he lost.
It looked a little thin and pleathery to me, but
Well, did you see Brian has an actual organic sustainable shirt on shop?
what?
An organically sustainable shirt that Brian is selling on shop.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
on
it's only for
brand.
guys. They haven't made it for kids and women's cuts yet, but the guys
Sorry,
shirt,
ladies and kids, you can't save the environment.
I guess
Says
not,
Daniel.
but-
No, that's good. No, I love that they're playing into that, and like if he can be the champion for those kinds of changes in that that part of this industry, then cool. Like I mean, it only helps and it probably makes them more money. So in the long run, let's be
Rob
honest.
says Drew was the fourth most over guy in 3MB.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
That's right. They did have Hornswoggle.
Yep.
So,
And
anyways,
Heath Slater still has kids.
yeah. But I was wondering what the Heath Slater has been. So, but man, I think I want to hold on to this roster conversation for tomorrow night that we started on the group. So maybe we'll do that. We did get the Queen and Spades confrontation, although I really don't like. I loved it until, like, I feel like Shayna got taken down in a stupid way.
Yes.
In a very stupid way.
I think Tina was the one that said in the chat room, the men's rumble was shitty throughout, but had the best finish. And the women's rumble was great throughout, but had a shitty finish.
Mm-hmm. I also enjoyed, like, the women's rumble also felt like a rumble, like a traditional rumble, where
because it was
with the surprises and with the
and guess what? Bianca Belair still looked dominant because that's what you can do when you have good storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
You can have, like, Brock didn't need to have the rumble mode set on easy.
Right.
Like, you could have had Brock still set the record of 13 eliminations without making every single person he eliminated look like a chump.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it was fun.
Especially Morrison. Jesus.
Yeah.
Johnny Mundo. Like, you couldn't even listen to Welcome to Slamtown once from the time where he was announced to him leaving the ring.
I'm getting really tired of people coming back, like your John Morrison, like the Hardys, and just being nothing. Like, it's, you know, and I don't feel like MVP is going to do anything significant in his stay.
He's going after this week. I guarantee he was just in town for the weekend.
It could be. I don't know. There's some tweets about not being done with WWE after this week or something like that.
Oh, he fucking better be.
You never know. He might just be doing a show for the network up there in the studio.
No, that would not be great either.
You never know. Maybe with the main event or something. But it like, John Morrison, they put over him coming back. He's done a lot of great things across, Lucha Underground and Impact and other promotions. And to just no Kofi moment, no Johnny Parkour moments at all because they got stuck in there.
I was begging for a moment where Kofi and Johnny were both on the barricade, and they realized, oh no, we can both get eliminated right here, and they can fight on the barricade.
Maybe next year. Who knows? Anyways, Todd slipped up one time and says, "See guys like MVP for one last time." Whoops. Also, Todd Phillips. What's with the return of Todd Phillips to everything?
Who?
Todd Phillips?
Tom Phillips?
Tom Phillips. Somebody wrote Todd, and I went with it in the chat room.
It's Tom.
Yeah, right. It is Tom Phillips.
Yeah, it's Tom, and he is not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, he's been off everything, doing everything, and nothing but UK for a while now.
And 205.
Oh, he's been doing 205. Okay.
Yeah, no. When they changed up the announcing team, he does 205 now.
Rob has done the math. You can fit in 135 Morrison 2020 Rumble appearances in one Boone the Bounty Hunter runtime.
See, Sorg, this is why I podcast. Learn nuggets like that.
To be educated in this manner, right?
That was tremendous.
Yes.
That was tremendous. I don't give gold stars often. They get a gold star.
Todd Phillips, director of Joker, The Hangover Saga. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Morrison did kind of look like the Joker when he got hit by that taxi.
So he's also said for some reason they busted Vic down from Raw, but hey, Vic and Corey have a prime location on that corn dog commercial with Lacey Evans and her daughter.
Oh God! By the way, can we talk about how kind of frightening Lacey Evans' daughter is?
I thought Bailey was gonna slap her daughter.
I thought Izzy was gonna come out and shoot, like, pile drive Lacey's kid into the mat.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been great. Like, we get Izzy with a bob cut.
Mm-hmm.
I would just love, like, we need a battle of the children, because honestly, they're not booking anything for the SmackDown Women's Division, so we might as well do something fun.
Everyone keep on hugging.
Oh boy.
Bailey
Hey, they actually got Bailey to do that. That's good.
It actually says on the side of the box, real superstar voices, because
Have you seen the Macho Man one?
No.
Oh,
but
it is
judging by
not a
the
real Super
judging by
voice.
the awesome yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Well, no, but I mean, you can pull clips.
But judging by the awesome tassels on this one, I look forward to the Macho Man one. She can also headbang.
But yeah, Sorg, the Macho Man one.
Hug like a champ.
That's what.
Oh, we're gonna get pulled for that one.
There ain't no stopping us now, Sorg.
There you go. Nick, you got something to say over there?
What was that?
I don't know. I heard your background.
Sorg just started playing with Bailey.
Yes. Although the button is kind of in an awkward position sometimes. So we're like, I shouldn't push that
Hey,
part of her.
Where is the button?
Show me on the doll where you hugged her.
Wow.
Anyways.
Oh God, Bill Cosby.
Woo. All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we get out of here? Please.
Sorry, Sorg. No filter.
There was something I wanted. Oh, the spear on the dugout of the Astros looked really cool.
Yes, absolutely.
That looked really cool. That was a cool moment.
The top of dugouts now have two visuals for me. That spear to go along with the pirate parrot dancing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my baseball experience.
Also, are they raising and lowering the WrestleMania sign during Raw?
I don't know, because it looks like it's huge and blocks people sitting in the upper decks.
Yes. Also, I just realized something last night after Drew won the Rumble. You know how we've been saying that it's pirate themed, and if Kairi Sane doesn't have a match, what the fuck are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what kind of sword is holding up that flag?
No.
It's a claymore.
No.
I'm pretty sure. It's a claymore.
Spoiler alert.
They've been telling us the whole time.
Wow.
I might be wrong. It might be a cutlass, but even still, it's in the C named sword family.
Okay.
So I mean, it's halfway there.
So can any sword experts out there, please let us know what that is. So, all right, guys. I think on that note, it's a good time to wrap this up. Poor AJ and that spear.
So we're gonna wrap up the wrap up.
We're gonna wrap up the wrap up, guys. Again, we'll be back this week. We got a lot going on. Marcus Mann's going to be joining us on the show on Tuesday night. Of course, round 2 of Mayhem Mania.
People are gonna cry.
All the changes, all the crying is going to start. It's going to be also. Let's see. Tina won the Rumble picks.
Oh man, I don't know if Matt's gonna let you giving away who won.
What?
I don't know if Matt's gonna like you giving away who won.
Well,
the pick.
that's just a spoiler for somebody who listens this deep in the show.
So Tina gets to eliminate people.
Mm-hmm.
Tina, please eliminate MVP.
Sorry, I'm looking for anything to preview for people to tune in tomorrow. Let's see, we got that going on. Also, we do have Wednesday. We're going to be chatting with Thomas Mathis. Is going to be returning to the Indie Mayhem show. We'll talk about abs and stuff, I'm sure. And we'll also be doing another video game night with Brohemoth and the crew. I understand Jordan Styles is insisting that we are actually going to do a watch-along for Velociraptor, which is on Amazon Prime. If you want to go check that out, go watch the trailer just to get a feel for what this is about. It looks incredible. I understand Shirley Doe on his website, BNS About Movies, reviewed the movie and has an interview with the director. So, and we didn't even know when we discovered this like a week ago. So, anyways, I think you did. I think that's the email I read. So,
oh boy, Sorg. See, this is Sorg. This is why you're not the games master.
That's why. No, this is why I don't do that. This is why I'm not invited to D&D night. Yeah. Also, please go check out. I had a great interview last week with Gregory Iron, who got name dropped on the Royal Rumble pre-show apparently.
I think he was on the watch along.
Was it the watch along?
Yeah, that's where Gargano was.
Were they doing the watch along like in the stadium? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. They do the watch along in the arena.
I just saw a clip.
There were people who have matches who will roll in and out.
Okay.
By the way, watch along is great. Like seriously, if you want something to listen to, just listen to Watch Along. It's
Mhm.
fantastic. Listen to all of them, especially the ones with the iconics on it.
I feel like if I was watching a pay-per-view by myself, I would tune into the watch along.
It's better than the commentary.
Yeah, you'll probably get a little bit more out of that, right? So that's all I got. That's all I got. Mad Mike.
Oh, watch the documentary about WrestleMania in New York.
Yes, I'll probably watch that one here tonight.
Very good.
Mad Mike 4883 on the Twitters.
YouTube.com/Poppy.
And of course, Nick Farah. Where are you? What's your thing again?
I'm that one guy from Pittsburgh.
All right. And people are trying to bum a smoke from me through the window again, so I'm going to have to wrap this up before it gets awkward. Check out @Sorgatron on the Twitter, and we only hunt the most dangerous games as Rob Brown. Thank you, everybody, tuning in here tonight. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page. We'll be up there, and until then, Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.